Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? How are you guys today? Today in this video we are going to be going over every single Pokemon series. We're talking about the original series, Johto Journeys, the Advanced Generation, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Sun and Moon, Journeys, everything. We're going through all 8 Pokemon Generation series of the anime. So yeah, we're going to, the main things I'm going to kind of discuss are mainly just Ash and his team, and somewhat of the companions, somewhat of the pacing. Pacing is definitely a big thing for me on this, or not even just pacing, just how episodes are in general. I guess you could call that pacing, but yeah, let's get right into this. We're going to start off with the original series. So the original series, in my opinion, I like it, but there's a good amount that I don't like a lot of filler episodes and stuff like that. Obviously, this was the first ever series, so there wasn't really anything to go off of. So it was kind of just, try to do what you can with what you make out of this series, and they did pretty good. There were some very good episodes. I like Ash's Charizard development. I love some of the battles in the series, Lieutenant Surge. Stuff like that. I love the Blaine battle. Those are some of my favorite battles in Kanto there. But there is a lot that I don't like how some of these badges were just handed to him, like Misty, Erica, Sabrina, stuff like that. There was a lot of badges and a lot of stuff just handed to him, and I definitely didn't like that. But I get it. He was kind of a newbie, but at the same time, for trainers that, work hard to train and then defeat these gym leaders to move on to the next step, for Ash just to do this little thing here and there. I mean, yeah, he went to a burning building for his grass badge, but for his rainbow badge, but it's he didn't battle for it. I mean, granted, if anyone did that, besides him, that wasn't really interested in a gym battle, they wouldn't be like, oh, thanks for this little pin that you gave me. You know what I mean? So for this series, I'm gonna put it in B tier, just because it's not the perfect series, obviously. None of these are. There was a lot of stuff done wrong, a lot of stuff done right. It's kind of a good 50-50 for me. So moving on, we're going to go to Johto next. Johto was a very big improvement from Kanto. Obviously because Ash's development as a character was a lot better. He was more competent as a Pokemon trainer. He started learning the aspects more. He was more experienced. Knew how to train his Pokemon better. And every gym badge in this series, he fought for and defeated every single gym leader fairly. Even Price does count because Price did forfeit. So, he gave up the battle. That means Ash won. So, every single battle he won legitimately for these gym badges. And I love that. His team was pretty good. Kind of wish they evolved a little more. We had Charizard last series and... we had Pidgeot. Those were 2 final evolution Pokemon he got. But he didn't really get any final evolutions. I mean, he got Bayleaf. Bayleaf was pretty solid, but it didn't evolve into Meganium. We didn't get Quilava till Gen 4. Till the Sinnoh League. And Totodile never evolved. And then Noctowl. Noctowl was a final form Pokemon, but it was only a 2-stage, and he caught it as a Noctowl. He didn't catch it as a Hoot to evolve it. And just stuff like that. I kind of wish he had more evolutions. I kind of wish he kept some of his Pokemon. Like Larvitar, I kind of wish he kept Larvitar. But yeah, overall, this was a great series. He did use a lot of his Kanto Pokemon still. But this was definitely an improvement from Kanto. So I'm going to put this in A tier. I will say there was a lot of filler in this series. The arcs are definitely not as... are definitely better in this series, like the Silver, what was it, like the Silver Arc or something like that, where there was like Baby Lugia and stuff, and then the Johto League, very good arcs. As for Kanto League, it was kind of just dumb luck for Ash's Kanto League run, and then it kind of turned into an embarrassing defeat with his Charizard. So yeah, this is definitely a step up from Kanto. Maybe his team wasn't as good looking as his Kanto team, but I will say, when it comes to experience, when it comes to the overall arcs and the big moments in the series, like the tournaments and stuff, this is definitely a much, much, much bigger step towards, it's like Kanto walked so Johto could run. So that kind of explains that. Next, we have the Advanced Generation. Advanced, I will say Ash was kind of an asshole in this generation, and also his team was not very good. His Steptile and his Swellow were very good in this series, but the rest of his team, Torkoal, Corphish was pretty solid. I don't know, just those two Pokemon I don't really like at all. His Glalie was very good. I loved his Glalie. But yeah, just some of these Pokemon. I mean, I feel like Corphish should have evolved. I feel like, I don't know, or Sceptile might, or maybe it should have been Sceptile to be before the League and not the Battle Frontier. I don't know, but this is a pretty solid series. Don't get me wrong, but Ash was kind of a dick in this series, and it kind of was annoying just because he was so overconfident. I get it; it was part of his development. He was an experienced trainer and stuff like that. So we're gonna put this in C tier, just because it's not my favorite, but it's not the worst. There is some good parts, but there's some bad parts. Like the Team Magma and Team Aqua arc was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie; it was not a very good Evil Team arc, just because it was their first time around going with it. They didn't really have a huge Team Rocket arc between Kanto and Johto, just because Jesse and James and Meowth were kind of the ones that kind of, just annoyed the shit out of them. But the Silver arc did kind of give us a Team Rocket arc, and I will say it was very good. All right, now we're on to a really good series. Diamond and Pearl. They did a lot of stuff right in this series. They made Ash a very competent trainer. He wasn't so cocky. He wasn't an asshole. He was very well-rounded and decent trainer. Got a lot of development in the series. Had a very good team. The only thing I will say is that there was a lot of filler in this too that was very annoying, and I don't like that. I don't like filler episodes that are kind of just shit. So yeah, we're gonna put. But yeah, when it comes to a series like this, the story and everything, the companions, everything was just fleshed out so well. Even though there was a lot of filler, the arcs were great and stuff like that. The teams and the Pokemon were awesome. We're gonna put this in S tier just because it's just such an amazing series. You can enjoy it. Yes, there is some bad parts with some terrible filler episodes, but when you get past that, it's a very good series altogether. Alrighty, next we have Black and White, and listen, that's all I'm gonna say. Now, alright, I'll take it out before I do actually put it there. Pokemon Black and White was the first series we didn't get a transition into. It was after Brock left, one of our favorite characters in the Pokemon anime. So that was kind of a wound that still hadn't healed. And they also, the biggest part was that they dumbed up Ash to be kind of like he was in Kanto, like he was just a rookie. Right after he defeated legendaries in this series, or a legendary. Yeah, I'll say legendaries because he did take down Latios with Pikachu. So, yeah, like the series before, he was taking down legendaries, made it to the semifinals of the Sinnoh League, stuff like that. And then we go to this, where Ash is just a dumbass again. He's doesn't have very good Pokemon and stuff like that. But there are some good things that are done in the series. Like there's a lot of tournament arcs that we have that are very, very enjoyable. Throughout the series, some of the other like the Team Rocket arc, it was alright, but it wasn't terrible. The Unova League, though, let's be honest, if you take out Ash versus Stefan, the Unova League was pretty shitty. So yeah, just all of that put together, we're just gonna put this in D tier. This was not a very good series. It's not bad in general, like it's not unwatchable. But there's just, when it comes down to comparing it to other series, it's just not really as par very well. It's just annoying, and there's a lot of annoying aspects to it and stuff like that. Every series has its annoying aspects, but I feel like Black and White has a lot more of them and deserves a lot more criticism. So that's why it's going in D tier here. X and Y. I love X and Y. The battle animations, Ash was a badass. He was an experienced trainer again. He wasn't dumbed up to be like some rookie again. He was very, very impressionable on his friends and everything like that and people around him. And it was just, overall, just a great series. I really enjoyed it. The battles, oh my gosh, the battles. The Kalos League, yes, there was a big jump in the Kalos League where it was like he went to round 2 and then all of a sudden he was all the way to the semifinals, which was very annoying. But I get it. It was to set up the Team Flare arc, which, let's be honest, is the best evil team arc in the anime. Second being this Team Galactic arc in Diamond and Pearl, probably. But yeah, there were so many things done right in this series. Um, his Ash's team was probably the best it's ever been. Um, it's I would say it's definitely better than his Sinnoh team. Maybe, I don't know, Infernip and all of them, they did good in that team too. But this was where Ash was definitely a competent trainer, and you definitely saw it. And this was where people were finally actually starting to see Ash as either an equal or even better than Red, because I know in like these earlier series they would compare him to Red, and he'd be like, "Oh, Ash is some like sack of shit garbage trainer compared to Red." Um, but yeah, this is where people actually were like, "Damn, Ash is like a really good trainer." And it really showed in this series. It was an amazing series, and the battles were fun to watch, and it's very good all around. Lots of good Pokemon. They gave a lot of pre-generation Pokemon some good time to shine with the Mega Evolutions and stuff. Very good characters and stuff like that. It was all very, very good. So I'm going to put this in S tier as well. Pokemon Sun and Moon. I will say I was definitely one of those people who, when the series started and saw the animation, I was like, I pretty much gave up on the Pokemon anime. But as the series progressed and things started to get a little better and a little better, and you could see it all just coming into full circle, it definitely became much more enjoyable to watch. And especially now that the series is finished and you can watch it from beginning to end, it is a very beautiful series to watch. It's more relaxed. It's got a lot more goofy parts in it and stuff like that, but it's definitely more of a laid back series. It's not rushed. It's all kind of fleshed out and relaxed and like a tropical region of Alola. It's nice. It's a nice little fun series. And I will say, from how crazy of a controversial start it was to becoming just one of the best and most fun animes to watch in the series, is definitely something I'm very impressed with the Pokemon Company. The producers definitely did very, very good, turning the people around and making them see the better side of the series and stuff like that, and really fleshing that out to make this a very enjoyable series. So I'm going to put it over Johto, in the A tier here. Or actually, yeah, I'll keep Sinnoh above X and Y. I will say I personally like Sinnoh above X and Y. So, alrighty, and then the final one, Pokemon Journeys. Yes, Pokemon Journeys has not wrapped up just yet. Today was actually the episode Pokemon I'm Glad I Met You episode release. So we're pretty much at the conclusion of the series, in a good part where we can kind of just, decide where this series goes and stuff like that. So a lot of problems with this series. One, definitely with the episodic nature and not more of like the linear story, like these other series had. It was definitely more of like a episodic, not really a, this happened, like this future episode was based off of like 5 or 6, previous episodes that kind of led up to this moment. Not exactly like an arc, but just like, it seemed like a brand new thing, like a regular cartoon. Especially when we got those, like, I think it was like 2 of them, those 2-in-1 episodes. Those were just, it's just, we never saw something like that before, and it's just, I get it. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it, like a goofy series as well, but also it's a celebration of the Pokemon anime. It was the 25 years of the games, 25 years of the anime. That's why we got all these returning characters and stuff like that. And Ash wasn't just simply traveling through Galar. It was to all the other regions as well. But yeah, and then when it came to the Masters tournament with the recaps and stuff, I'm not letting that affect my opinion on it. I'm just saying, that's some of the situations we had to deal with and stuff. Obviously, it was because they were shorthanded. And that, when it comes to that, you literally can't really criticize them for that, just because there's nothing they can really do. So they still did their best with what they could, and in the finals with Ash versus Leon, made us a masterpiece of a battle that is definitely even on par with the great Sinnoh battle of Ash versus Paul in the Sinnoh League. So I'm not going to put it in the S tier, just because, like I said, it's not like a peak series. But the Masters 8 tournament, I will say, does make up for a lot of shortcomings, even though it has a lot of shortcomings in that. Like the semifinals of Ash versus Cynthia and Ash versus Leon in the finals, those definitely made up for a lot of shortcomings the series did have, so that's definitely what's putting this up there for me. Plus, I enjoyed all the returning characters and stuff like that. That's a big thing for me. I love continuity. There was lots of it in here, even though there was more of an episodic nature to it. But yeah, there was a lot of rushed battles and stuff like that in this series, and no one really likes that. No one really likes it. No one likes it at all. So yeah, we're gonna put Pokemon Journeys in the top of S tier. Actually, if anything, I'd keep it on par with Pokemon Sun and Moon. And yeah, but yeah, it's a very enjoyable series altogether. And yeah, this is probably my final opinion for these tier lists and stuff like that. So, alrighty. Whew, damn, my voice is tired now. Alrighty, so there you go. There's my opinion. We got Diamond and Pearl and X and Y first, and then Sun and Moon, Journeys, and Johto in the A tier. B tier with the Kanto original series. Advanced Hoenn region series in C tier, and then D tier for Unova. I think we can kind of agree on a lot of these. This is definitely not my most controversial tier list. But yeah, alrighty. I'm going to end that here, though. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and everything like that. Appreciate all the support lately, especially on the last tier list video. That went a lot crazier than I expected, and I really appreciate it. So, if you guys would like, try to get the same support on this video. If not, whatever. But if so, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to end that here. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we got a lot of projects working on. So, yeah, I'm very excited to get these projects and stuff out for you. I'm more excited. I'm really excited to get more stuff out to you and be back into the swing of things with YouTube and stuff. So, yeah. Alrighty, I'm going to get off here for now. Thank you all for watching. Take care.